Okay, we are going to go over the quiz review. So we want to first look at this problem number 1. This is a tile pattern problem. So Ms. Peterson, myself, made the following table to represent a tile pattern. So we have the top, which is our figure number. These are always going to be represented by X. And then we have the bottom, which is the number of tiles, which is always represented by Y. Okay, so let's see. I'm looking at my first figure number to my second. So the first figure to the second one. The first one has 12, and then I go to 17. So that means I'm adding 5. Okay, and I just want to double check that that's the same here. And it looks like it is. From 17 to 22, I also add 5. So then I can keep going. So then that's adding 5 to get to 27. And then I add 5 to 27 to get figure 5. So that would be 32. And then I add 5 again. And I get 37. Okay, to go the other way to find my figure 0, which is really important, we are just going to subtract 5, right? So we're going to minus 5. So 12 minus 5 is 7. Okay. So the two important numbers that we have are 7 and then our growth, right? Whatever we are going by. Okay, so we'll use those eventually. Okay, so it says complete the table to show how many tiles are in figure 0 and figure 5 and 6. So I did that. It says graph the tile pattern on the attached graph. Should you connect the points Y or Y not? So we are not going to. So should you connect the points? No, because it is discrete. And we're just going to write that here. And all tile patterns are discrete. Okay. And now we need to graph these points as well. So just as a reminder, this is the point. This first one is like 0, 7, right? And so on, okay? So we're going to go over 0, up 7. So that would be about here. Then we'll go over 1, up 12. We're just going to add 5 each time. Over 2, up 17. Over 3, up 22. Over 4, up, let's see, plus 5 is 27. Okay, over 5, up to 32. Okay, and then 37 is our last point there. So over 6, up to 37. Okay, and remember, we do not want to, we don't want to draw a line because this is discrete. Don't draw line. Okay. So the next part, what is the growth? So that's what we want to come back to from the beginning. So the growth of this tile pattern would be plus 5. How many tiles are in figure 0? That was 7. So we want to make our equation to represent this. So just as a reminder, our equation is always in the form y equals our growth times x plus the tiles in figure 0. Okay, so we have our growth, which is plus 5. So we have y is equal to 5x plus our tiles in figure 0, which is 7. So plus 7. Okay. Now we need to use this for the next two questions. So how many tiles would there be in figure 20? So this, we want to actually refer back to the beginning when we said that x was representing our figure number. Okay, we're going to use this here and then the y piece as well for the next problem. Okay, so how many tiles will there be in figure 20? When I see figure 20 like this in a problem, this tells me that x is equal to 20. Okay, that's what I see from that, because we know that the figure number is equal to x from the beginning. Okay, so now we want to use our equation to solve for how many tiles there would be in this figure. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute this in for x in our equation. Okay, so we have y equals 5 times x, which is 20, plus 7. And when we do this, the first thing we're going to do is 5 times 20, which is 100. And then we add 7, which is 107. So there are 107 tiles in figure 20. Okay. Okay, the next one is similar, but it's a little bit more difficult. So we know that there are 157 tiles, and we want to figure out which figure number would have that many. So if I see a number with tiles, that means that y is equal to that many tiles. So y is equal to 157. Okay. So we're going to do the same process where we substitute this into our equation that we came up with up here. But we are going to substitute this in for y. So it's going to look like this. So it'd be 157 is equal to 5x plus 7. And now we want to use our skills that we learned when we used algebra tiles to solve for x. So I see that there's a 7 on this side, so I want to take away 7 from both sides. We're going to remove the same so that I can create a 0 pair here, and then I'm just left with 5x on this side. Okay, we are getting x by itself, right? And then I'm left with 150 on this side. Okay, and then we divide both sides by 5. We want to divide into equal groups. And then from there, I get x is equal to 30. So I think that the answer key on Canvas was wrong. This should be the actual answer here. Okay, so that means that figure 30 would have 157 tiles in it. Okay, and just a reminder, this is not a proportional equation because it does not go through 0, 0. So I can't just say like, hey, I'm going to do this number, let's say 5 times, I don't know, 5. I can't do that to kind of come up with numbers that would help. I have to use my equation like I did here to solve it, okay? Okay, and then this next question, is there a figure that has 158 tiles? Explain or show your work to support your answer. So for this one, is there a figure that has this many tiles? No, there won't be, because figure 30, which we just found, has 157 tiles in it, and I can't have a tile if it's growing by 5. I can't get to that from if figure 30 has 157 tiles. So no, because figure 30 has 157 tiles, so the next figure would have 157 plus 5 tiles, since it's growing by 5, which is equal to 162 tiles. Okay, and this is discrete, right? So I can't have any information in between those two figures. It just doesn't make sense.